Hi, I'm Jeremy Thomas, and I am going to be at least accessible for a pre-recorded course this fall called Dispensationalism. That word strikes in the heart of a lot of people, controversy. And what we do in this course is I try to present dispensationalism in a way that is defensible. So there's an apologetic dimension to what I'm trying to accomplish in this course. There's no reason to try to defend something biblically that cannot be supported by the hermeneutic that we proclaim, which is the grammatical, historical, contextual hermeneutic. And so I really want us to tighten things up in this area. I want to try to show dispensations and dispensationalism in the context of the totality of the plan of God and what God is up to. So this is going to entail defining what is a dispensation. That's an essential question, and it helps us to identify how many dispensations there are. Even that is not the crux, of course, of dispensationalism, which is a system of theology and not a hermeneutic. It's the result of applying our hermeneutic. So we'll go into what's known as the sine qua non, or the without which not, those things that are the core essentials of dispensationalism. And we'll look at Ryrie's dispensationalists from the essentialist period. We'll talk about Feinberg, also from the essentialist period. We'll talk about Elliot Johnson. And of course, we'll sort through this and come up with our own sine qua non, because what we're trying to do is say, what is it that dispensationalists believe that sets them apart and makes them different from other schools of theology, like progressive dispensationalism or covenant theology, or newer models of progressive covenantalism and things like that. While we do this, of course, we've got to deal with some of the myths concerning dispensationalism. And we'll talk about the criticisms, whether they relate to Darby being the so-called originator of dispensationalism, or whether dispensationalism teaches more than one way of salvation. And of course, we want to talk just specifically about differences between progressive dispensationalism and what we might just call traditional dispensationalism or essentialist dispensationalism. And in addition to that, just some hot topics that are in dispensationalism will be a part of the course, where we'll look, for example, at the New Covenant and just spend some time trying to understand the church's relationship to the New Covenant, which I think is probably not even the right way to say it. But the real issue would be, what's a Gentile's relationship to the New Covenant? Obviously, the Jews have a relationship. Nobody's really challenging that. But is there a relationship of Gentiles who believe during the New Testament to the New Covenant? So we'll want to sort through those issues and walk through the passages. And so if this is a course that you think might help you, this is a course you think is important and stimulates you, then I'd love to have you in the course. So I hope you'll consider taking this course. And if you do take the course, I'll see you soon.